They say you can't have it all, but the Deepal S05 just rolled in. It's sleek, it's smart, and it's electric, and it might just make all other cars feel like those old flip phones. And with today's EV price wars, we're unpacking each and every detail to see if this EV really lives up to that buzz. First things first about the S05, it is little brother to the bigger S07 that we all know, but don't be fooled dimension wise. It's just 13 centimeters shorter, 3 centimeters narrower in width, and then 2.5 less in height, and the wheelbase, again, just 2 centimeters smaller. So this is still quite a hefty car. And in Nepal, the S05 comes with a 56.1 kilowatt hour LFP battery that's mated to a rear mounted 99 kilowatt motor, pushing the car forward with 320 Newton meters of torque, taking it easily from 0 to 100, foot down, and even in eco mode, like this just zips around. As for range, it's supposed to travel around 405 kilometers from WLTP testing, but we all know that this highly depends on your driving habits. And as for practicality, the car comes with 180 mm of ground clearance, paired to a 2.8 meter wheelbase car with a boot of 492 liters at the back. And while the official numbers aren't out for the total capacity, you get a ton of more storage rooms with the rear seats folded down in that traditional 60:40 ratio. And get this, there's a frunk too, a large one of capacity 159 liters. As for charging while we're stuck in traffic, the company claims it can DC fast charge in 15 minutes. Yeah, from 30 to 80% if you can find the right 151 kilowatt fast DC charger. But chances are, like you and I, we're just gonna come home and plug it into a 7 kilowatt wall mount fast charger AC. So that, just roughly doing the math, is gonna take probably over 8 hours. But get this, the V2L max output on this isn't the usual 3 kilowatts. It's actually bumped up to 6 kilowatts. So that's definitely more than its competitors. And as with most EVs, it comes with a whole list of safety features that I'll have up on the screen now, including more intelligent driving assistance like the beeps and bombs I'm hearing right now. So alright, and what about the exteriors? Alright, starting at the front, I have the bonnet open, so let's just swing in and open. Hydraulics, 159 liter frunk at the front. Everything else is covered. There are things where your mechanic can probably dig into, but other than that, boneless wipers there. And then closing that, very expansive wide bonnet, half your ADAS sensors packed in there, half here. You do have vents cut out that open and close for your radiator. The AC is on right now. But the S05 greets with a very confident, futuristic face, and it definitely has that premium EV look. You have the very subtle and sleek Deepal badging right at the middle, and then these are all LED. I have the blinkers turning on to one side, but the blinkers also act as a part of the DRLs, and trust me, it looks so futuristic, especially this at night. And then housed below is your LED height adjustable headlamp. This setup keeps the main projectors neatly tucked below, and the center is clean, no oversized fake grille, just a smooth aerodynamic panel with the logo front and center. And then from the side, you can see that the S05 keeps a sporty and practical stance. Coming closer, the side mirrors are electronically adjustable and foldable and come with integrated turn signals. As you can see, they are mounted a bit lower, maybe for better visibility or maybe for less wind noise, one of the two. And then you also have your 360 camera integrated right down there. They're supposed to be heated too. Up on top you have this massive panoramic glass roof that stretches across the entire cabin, and flush door handles, frameless doors. The windows actually go up and down. Nice. Even at the back. Nice. But I forgot to mention, coming down, the wheel arches are slightly squared off, maybe. They are 18-inch rims with the tire size 235/60 R18s, and they are Seat Sport Drive tires. So coming back up and out again, the roofline has a subtle coupe-like slope towards the end, giving it a dynamic edge without compromising headroom, I think, and it has a pretty bulky C-pillar. The charger port is at the back here, CCS Type 2. And moving towards the back, the S05 continues that futuristic theme with a connected LED taillight strip and the logo at the center. Overall, I think it's a bit boxier than the S07, but still feels bold. And there's a subtle roof spoiler for a sporty flare at the back. And again, the bumper design down below is clean. Also, thank you so much, Deepal. There is a rear wiper. The car also has logos on each side, model and brand name, and then parking sensors at the bottom, 1 2 3 4 as I can count. And here's a rear fog light. So let's check out the front of the car. These have proximity sensors, so it just unlocked on its own. I do have a wiping cloth here. There is storage cubbies down here, 14 speakers as I'm told. Deepal always have amazing audio. Pull tab to open, not electronic, and these are all one touch at the front and at the back. So closing all of that. How about closing this? That's a nice heavy door thud. Welcoming seats, nice. Fatigue sense monitor there. It's the classic clean Deepal layout on the inside. And anything else here in this corner? Probably your tab down here to open the bonnet. There you go. Pull twice and the thing unlocks. This is a 15-inch sunflower display, as Deepal call it, because it rotates from side to side depending on what you put. But just going over thing, you do have a max 50-watt charger. This is wireless Apple CarPlay here, so putting that there, the charge thing is on. And then this is pretty fluid and nice. I'll go over in depth the center console and, well, the HUD in another video, so just be on the lookout for that. But just looking at other things, you have air vents here. This is adjustable in 4 ways: up, down, in and out. On the left hand side you have your car controls, wipers, and then speed, your headlights and indicators. And then on the right hand side you have your brindle and press to park. As for the steering wheel, left button are car related programmable buttons. Looks like there's a 1 and there's a 2. Oh, there's a photo shooting. And then on the right hand side, this looks more like media control related. So I'm gonna put it back into park. There's a second phone holder here, but this is not a wireless charger. You have manual air vents here and nice stitching here. I also really like the finishing refinement of the interior cabin on the Deepal. You have a massive holder here. Why? Because I have all my camera gear that I shoot with here, and then I take that out. Look at this, my entire arm fits down here. There's even an AC cutout vent, so this remains chilled. Like, what is this space? All right, closing that in. You also have more space down here, so I have my gimbal and things down here, and then you have your USB ports at the bottom too. There is no glove box, but I think this makes up for it. And if you look here at the front, you have your AC controls, but then you also have seat ventilation right at the bottom. Comfortable seats, but you can also do seat heating if that's your preference. And then up on top, this is an automatic anti-glare mirror, and then you have your hazard lights up there. These are touch sensitive lights on the roof. The sun visor is really near your face, but hello, you do have a nice lighting. And then does this come out? Yes, it does. I'm just noticing how close the roof is to the driver's seat at the front. Similar treatment at the front there. And this overall finish is really nice and layered. Like there's a whole play of different textures, colors, stitchings right at the front, and it's a very cocooned sort of cabin where it just wraps around you. All right, so what about the rear seats on the S05? Nice big door. Ingress was really nice and easy. It's a very relaxed sort of seating position. You have a button ish sort of door opener here. It's one touch at the back too. It looks green tinted. Massive panoramic moonroof, and oh my gosh, the space back here is just incredible. Like you have one AC vent here with a Deepal screen here. You do have a USB-C and a USB-A, and then you have a cubby down there that should hold your phone, but I wouldn't advise putting your phone down there. You do have magazine rests, cutouts here, and then you have another large wide armrest here. As you can see, knee room is phenomenally great, shoulder room is great, headroom is great. I could get used to this. Like, what about with my dirty shoes up? See, this is amazing. This wheelbase, this form factor, like really amazing. But what else do you have back here? Well, you have two isofix points on either side, 3 headrests, 3 pairs of seat belts, and you do have grab handles up there. But anyway, enough of all of that on the ins and outs of this car. I'm sure you're more curious about how it feels behind the wheel, so let's get driving. All right, let's get driving before it starts raining again. Nice, welcoming memory seats. Hi Deepal.
I'm here.
Open the sunshade.
The sunshade is opening.
Seatbelts check, mic check, and shifting into drive. Here we go. So we all saw that NYT article quoting 76% of all cars sold in Nepal are currently electric, right? I mean, this car is testimony of that. And I really can't lie, this car seriously feels futuristic, even among the EVs. Like, it doesn't even have a driver's display up in front, but this HUD right in front of my eyes with maps integrated now is already sci-fi to me. Plus the passenger seat, I don't know if you caught it in the intro section, but it opens up into a full-blown lounge, and with the ability to creep forward and backward in tight parking spots. Whoa. But this car, it's got 320 Newton meters at the back. That's calibrated like all Deepals are, super smooth and linear. It's actually got 4 modes: eco, normal, sports, and a custom mode. And then right now, I'm on a twisty, mountainy road, so I'm going to be keeping out for blind turnings. But foot down, even in eco mode, the power delivery is quick and so smooth. This car handles surprisingly really well such a big and bulky car. Why? For starters, I read that this car has nearly perfect 50-50 front and rear weight distribution, and aiding to that is the McPherson strut setup at the front and then the multi-link independent at the back. I think it feels a bit more stiffer than the SO7, but that definitely translates to like better grip in faster turns like this right now. And you know what I say, as fast as a car can go fast, it's only good enough if it stops just as fast like this. Which is me hinting that these 4 disc brakes are really good, linear, and very confidence inspiring. Oh, by the way, the front 2 are actually ventilated, and even in sports mode, they're not too bitey for you. Also, this is an EV after all, so you do have regenerative braking, and unlike in other cars, this one you can actually customize it to go right at 83% if that's what your taste is. I actually find 100% pretty usable on this. It just sometimes a bit bobbles my head around. Speaking of which, you can also customize other things in custom mode, such as steering wheel sensitivity, how heavy you want it, and the brake feel too, whether you want a quick bitey brake feeling or something more relaxed. And this is Nepal, where ground clearance is king. This Nepal spec S05 comes with 180 mm of ground clearance, which is good in numbers, but just make sure to be careful though, because it's still got a long wheelbase and a front nose after all. And the ergonomics, well, it's a Deepal, so it's definitely more on the relaxed side. It's got a 2-spoke steering wheel, but dare I say the seating position feels a bit more higher than in the S07, just marginally though. And it's got a good fantastic view of the bonnet in front, and it's also, I think, got a better rear view mirror thanks to that maybe larger, less slanted rear windshield. And this is Deepal, so no doubt cabin insulation is fantastic. And with these 14 Sony speakers, whoa, like they're rich and clear and definitely bass heavy. Which brings me finally to report efficiency, and I'm sure you're curious about what this big car feels like. Well, down in the city with normal city traffic, after I picked up the car, it was giving me around 15-16 kilowatt hour for every 100 kilometers. But now climbing up the mountains, I'm also climbing up in consumption value.
The current road slope is too steep. Please pay attention to the road ahead.
Thanks, Deepal. Well, right now I'm like peaking towards 30 kilowatt hour, so definitely a bit on the thirstier side. But I still think with easy light driving, you should be able to hit those WLTP estimates. So that's the Deepal S05, an electric SUV that blends futuristic design, tech-packed interiors, and everyday practicality into one sleek package. It's got the styles to turn heads in the city, the range to cruise from Kathmandu to wherever, and the smarts to make your drive feel almost next gen today. So the real question is, are you ready to plug in and level up your ride? Let me know in the comment section down below, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more deep dives into EVs that are shaping our roads. Peace. Oh my god, it's actually foggy up here. I was not expecting that climbing up this mountain. Surprisingly, clearance has been like holding up pretty well. Like, it's a long wheelbase car at the end of the day, so I'm quite happy with it.